Right, welcome back to another session. Today I'm going to be talking about technical analysis. So before then, what's technical analysis? Technical analysis is a method used to analyze the market to predict future moves, right? Based on past moves, based on past history. All right. So how can you use technical analysis to predict the future move? You can use support and resistance. You can use trend line. You can use supply and demand based on past history. So today I'm going to be talking about support and resistance, how to identify support and resistance. All right. So right here, this is Hero GBP chart, and I'm going to be explaining and identifying the support and resistance in this chart. Right. All right. Now, in a currency pair, every currency pair you see highs and lows, right? What's highs and lows? As you can see right here, this is a high, price making higher high. This is a high, and this is a high, right? Okay, so I'm just going to do something quickly right here. All right, I'm just going to explain something real quick now, right? As you can see, price always does this, making higher highs, right? As you can see, this is a high, this is a high, this is another high. All right, price always do this kind of thing, making higher highs, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. As you can see, this is a high, 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 and high, right? So those are highs, all right? And let me use this for the lows. These are lows, right? Okay, right here is a low, right here is a low, right here is a low. They are called higher lows, right? They are called higher lows, right? But when markets start doing something like this, making lower lows and lower highs. Alright, these are called the lows. They are called lower lows because they are lower than each other. Why is it called lower low? Why is it called lower low? It's because this low is lower than this low, this low is lower than this low, this low is lower than this low. So that's why it's called lower low. Also, same thing with the higher highs. The high, um this high is higher than this high is higher than this high is higher than this. Then this is a low, this low is higher than this. That's why it's called higher low, right? The same thing with this. These are highs, 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 but this high is higher than this high. This high is higher than this high. It's called higher low, lower low, and higher low. Lower low and lower highs, I mean to say. This one higher low and higher highs and higher lows, lower lows and lower highs, right? this high this high is lower than this high, so that's why it's called lower high. All right. And now if you see a market that is creating lower lows and lower highs, it's called downtrend, right? It's called a downtrend because it's going down, right? So you see it's going down. Then once you see market making higher highs, it's called an uptrend, right? It's called an uptrend because it's creating higher highs and it's going up. So from this market now, how can we identify support and resistance? How can we identify support and resistance? I'm sorry. Alright, let me just quickly delete all this stuff. How can we identify support and resistance? Alright. So as you can see, this is the uptrend, this is the downtrend. How can we identify support and resistance? Every high and every low is every high is a support. It can also act as a resistance. Every low is a support and can also act as a resistance. How do I mean? All right. Now let me start by using this low, right? This low right here is a resistance. This is a support right here because it's a low. Because price is coming from above downward. So this low is a support, right? And now price broke this low, came back into the support, now making it resistance. Why? Because it's resisting it. It's above, price is below it, right? And the support is above it, so it's now called resistance, right? If price breaks support, come back into that same support, it will now act as resistance, right? Same thing with the uptrend. If price breaks above a resistance and come back into that resistance, it will not act as a support, right? So as you can see, every high and low is support and resistance. So how can you identify it? Once you see a high, you can identify that as a resistance, right? A high, you can identify a high as a resistance, while a low, you can identify it as a support, right? You can identify it as a support, something like this, right? So sometimes price can do something like this. Price can do something like this. Sorry, trying to do something. All right. As you can see now, this comprises of two different trends, right? All right. As you can see, first of all, price started going up, right, which is the uptrend. Then here you can see the downtrend. Here you can see the uptrend continues, right? So now, um, this is what I was trying to explain. This is what I'm trying to explain right here. Now, as you can see, price came back to this support twice, right? It came back to this support. So, okay, it's even more than twice. It came back here again. right? As you can see. So price can come and touch support multiple times, right? That make it like it makes that support or resistance more stronger, right? To make it more stronger. Also, you can see here it came back multiple times, more than once, right? That makes it more stronger, right? And that makes give you more opportunity to look for trades right at that area. So as you can see now, even touches like more than one touches are also support and resistance. Uh it mustn't be just high or low, right? Even where you see multiple touches like price coming, touch, come back, touch, like even more than one, more than two, it's also a resistance or support. Right here, this is a support. Right here, this is a resistance. So you can identify that as a support and resistance also, right? You can identify that as a support and resistance also. So that's how to identify support and resistance. So you can also identify diagonal support and resistance same way, right? Which is the trend line, just like this. Now, as you can see, this is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. Then you can draw your trend line like this. This is a diagonal support, which is called trend line. Diagonal support. All right. Also, same thing with the resistance. You can draw your trend line like this. This is the diagonal resistance, which is also the trend line, downward trend line, and this is the upward trend line. How do you draw trend line? You identify the peak and the trough, right? You identify the peak and the troughs, right? The resistance are the peaks and the support are the troughs, right? Which are, like I said earlier, this is the high, this is low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So the higher lows are called the troughs, right? The higher lows are called the troughs. That's where you draw your trend line, your upward trend line, which is the diagonal support, right? That's where you draw the trend line from your lows, from your higher lows. You connect them together, right? You connect like two or more. It must be two or more, right? You connect two or more. You cannot connect just one. It's not possible. It must be two, right? You connect one, two, right, or more. That's how you get a trend line. Same thing with the downward trend line. You connect one, two, right? Then you've gotten your trend line, or you can connect more, even more, right? So how do you find trading opportunities with this um trend line and the support and resistance, right? Now, after connecting two peaks together, that is this is the lower low, lower high. That's if it's a downtrend, that's the lower highs, right? You're going to connect the lower highs together. After connecting two, right, like this, right? You've connected these two, right? As you can see, this is one, and this two. It's connected. Now, where can you find trading opportunity? At the third touch, price coming back to this trend line. At the third touch, you can find trading opportunity, a selling opportunity. Why? Because price is currently in the downtrend. So you can find selling opportunity right there, right? And also sometimes price can act like this, right? With a confluence of a support and resistance, right? Price can act like this. For instance, this was a support now acting as a resistance. Now price coming back to your trend line, making it the third touch of the trend line, and also come coming back to this resistance, that's a great trading opportunity because you're having two confluence right there. You're having two confluence, so that's a great trading opportunity. That's an opportunity to go short on this trade. Also, same thing with the uptrend and the buying opportunity after touching connecting two trough together, right? Then you can get a trading opportunity from the third touch, right? The third touch right here. You can get the trading opportunity from there. And as you can see, here was currently resistance, now acting as support. So you can get a trading opportunity from here, buying from here, and probably targeting the next high. Targeting the next high. Right? Stop loss above that zone, targeting the next high, right? Same thing with the sell, right? Let me use this position to this is the sell, targeting the next low. So this is how you find trading opportunity using the support and resistance and also using the trend line. Also right here, as you can see, this is the support. You find out that price came here, reversed, came back here and reversed. And coming back of this coming back to this support, you can find a trading opportunity, right? You want to see candlestick patterns. You would want to see candlestick patterns for confirmation. Those are confluences for you to enter trades, right? You will want to see candlestick patterns, right? To confirm that yes, this thing is about to reverse from this support, right? So that's another buying opportunity. That's another place where you can buy from, buying from support and targeting the next resistance level. So this is how to identify support and resistance, and also identify your trend line, how to draw trend line, and how to find trading opportunity using technical analysis. So that will be all for today. See you in the next class.